This year I ain't playing, I'm on a mission. I don't see no competition. Waiting my turn and I play my position. Sat in the room, I ain't talk, I just listen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave here from JDH Reptiles. Today we're going to do another genetic spotlight video. And today we're going to do it on the lesser butter gene. So lesser is the name of a gene, butter is the name of a gene, and we now know that, well, a lot of us have known for a very long time, but now with genetic testing, we know lesser and butter are the exact same animal, or the exact same gene, I should say. So I'm going to show you a handful of animals here. I'm going to go ahead and explain what you're looking for, not only in the single gene form, but in the multi-gene form. And I have a super also that I could show you as well. So let's go ahead and jump into that. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's go ahead. We're going to start off with a simple single gene lesser. Now again, remember, lesser and butter are the same things. I like to keep my lines separate, so if you hear me say butter with some animals, that's just because that's what line they were when I either purchased the original parents or whatever the case may be. But with this animal here, what you're going to notice is it's a dark brown chocolatey color. It's going to have a lot of the blocking alien heads, but with that, those alien heads are going to be more teardrop down the bottom, where they're going to sink and fall down around the base of the animal. From there, time to time, you will get some alien eyes inside of the alien heads. But what you're really looking for in this is a dark chocolatey color, and the alien heads will kind of like drip down to the belly. Now we're going to add pastel to the mix. So with the pastel lesser, basically you have the same alien heads, but you get a little bit lighter color within the animal itself. So it's no longer got that really dark, deep, chocolatey look. It does have a little bit softer look, and the top of the head is going to be lighter as well. That's pretty much what you're looking for in a pastel lesser. Now we're going to add a gene to the mix. So this removes the pastel, and we're going to change it into cinnamon. So what we have here is a cinnamon lesser. This animal is 100% het for sunset, but it does not change anything. What you are seeing here is the cinnamon alien heads. So you get more of that kind of rounded alien head, and they're connecting as well. But you still have that very dark color from the lesser. And then the alien heads, as you see, especially on the side there, that they have that teardropping where they kind of drip down around the base of the animal. Now you will notice that the animal does have a light base as well, and that also is from the lesser. So now we're going to swap the cinnamon for coral glow. Now remember, coral glow and banana are the same thing here. But what you do get this time is you get a very similar alien head shape from the lesser. You get the teardropping as the lesser does to the alien heads. But the banana / coral glow, that's going to overtake the coloration, and you get this yellow, vibrant color that the bananas typically have. What I will say, though, with the banana lesser is you do get the black outlining around the alien heads and around the circles in the dorsal. That's still held in place there by the lesser gene. It gives it a little bit deeper color outlining the alien heads, but it doesn't overtake it all from the banana, which definitely overpowers the coloration in this animal. Okay, swapping out the banana, now we're going with hurricane. So hurricane's going to be a gene that I will do down the road. It's got such an amazing pattern changer and alien head changer. What the lesser does here, though, is it does overpower the hurricane quite a bit. Typically the hurricane, you'll have the alien heads that kind of get a, what I like to call like a double pump, like it's got two arms sticking up around the side pumping, like pumping iron, showing off your muscles. And you could see that in some of the alien heads in this animal, but the lesser kind of controls that. and brings a little bit more uniformity as far as the shape, a little more oblong and ovaling, but it still takes those alien heads and it pulls them down and gives you some of that tear dropping again. Now, the hurricane is a dark animal to begin with, but the lesser does help to lighten that up some. So instead of having this dark black animal, you do get more of this light chocolatey kind of color. It's just a really cool combo, if you ask me. Now, this is a stunning animal. Go back and look at the original lesser, and this animal here is taking that lesser gene and adding one recessive to it, and that's sunset. The sunset gives it this beautiful goldish bronze color. You can see the alien head distortion there from the lesser and the sunset together. You still get that dripping. It's just a very, very amazing looking animal. And the blue on the bottom, I can't really answer that. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, the lesser itself, like I showed you earlier, kind of lightens the belly area a little bit right down near the bottom. And the sunset itself typically makes that kind of goldish color. So I'm not sure if it's just the two colors together, but this is just a really cool animal. Okay, if you watched our Lori genetic spotlight video last week, you will have remembered seeing this animal. So this is a Coral Glow Lori butter. And again, what you've got here, the Lori is what's changing up the alien heads, making them real wonky, giving them some of the eyebrows and alien heads. The Coral Glow's giving it that yellow coloration. But the lesser is kind of controlling that alien head shape a little bit, and it's also bringing the tear dropping down. So even with 3 genes, lesser still has a dominance when it comes to the alien heads, and it definitely gives that really nice tear dropping. All right, here's another 3 gene animal for you. This is a Barnhart line black pastel, yellow belly butter. Now, the black pastel gives it that, the Barnhart line, I should say, gives it that nice alien head structure where if you look at the ones facing you, right in the first quarter of the animal there, you can see it kind of like that double pumping again. The yellow belly is going to help lighten the animal, give it the highlights on the top, and the lesser, the butter, is still drawing down those alien heads. It's just a big pattern disruptor when it comes to this exact combo. Really cool looking animal. All right, now we're going to move into a 2 gene, well, it's a 3 gene animal. It's got a recessive. This is a Coral Glow lesser sunset. So as you can see, the difference between this animal and the one from earlier, the Coral Glow obviously overpowers the coloration. This animal will stay nice and yellow and gold all the way through adulthood. I have an adult of this exact same combo. It doesn't brown out. It works out amazing with sunset. But the lesser, as you can see, still controlling those alien heads, still giving you some of that tear dropping. It doesn't really affect the coloration because the Coral Glow and the sunset together kind of overpower what the lesser would do in this combo. But the lesser does maintain some of that control over the alien heads. It really is just a nice animal. So here is a power-packed animal. This is a blackhead, lesser, hurricane, yellow belly, Barnhart line black pastel. So what you're seeing with the lesser in this one, let me just get right to that. The color. It's lightened it up. It's given it more of those brown chocolatey tones instead of the deep blacks that you could see in the dorsal and in the head of this animal. I made this exact same combo without the lesser, and the animal is super black, super dark. The lesser affects the coloration, lightens it up, and doesn't allow the blackhead and the black pastel and everything to just overpower this animal. It turned out really well, and I really like what the lesser did. It does help jumble up the pattern quite a bit as well, but it's more the lightning of this animal than anything that you'll notice because of the lesser gene. All right, now I wanted to end this off on just a stunning note. This is a super butter. Super butter, super lesser, whatever you have. The lesser gene is in the Bell complex. Bell as in B-E-L, blue-eyed leucistic. So leucistic means white, blue eyes because the animal has blue eyes. There are multiple genes in the blue-eyed leucistic complex that make white animals. They also can, some other genes together can make just different lighted colored patterns. But to make the white animals, you usually put together either butter and lesser, lesser and lesser, butter and butter, super Mojave, etc. I can make a video about bells anytime. Today I just want to focus on this one being a super lesser or super butter. What you will notice with the super lessers and the super butters, unlike the super Mojaves, or if you mix like Mojave and lesser together, if you look at the eyes of this animal, they are what we call bug eyes. They get these large, protruding blue eyes. Some people look at it as a deformity. Some people like it. It didn't really matter to me. The animal still can see. The animal looks fine. It just, the eyes do protrude more than any other blue-eyed leucistic combo. So if you're looking to make white snakes with no pattern, this is one way to do it. A super butter, a super lesser, or you could do a lesser with Mojave or butter with Mojave. Again, the difference is the super lesser, super butters will get you the blue eyes with the large protruding eyes, whereas a butter Mojave or lesser Mojave, you'll get standard size eyes. But again, a really cool way to have an all-white snake. No genetic deformities in my opinion, even with the large eyes. It doesn't bother me. I still like this combo. It's just really beautiful. So there we have it. The lesser butter gene. Hopefully that shows you a lot of what this gene can do, how it interacts with a handful of morphs, handful of other genes, I should say. But it's just a really cool gene. The big thing I will say is I personally say try and limit it. And the reason why is if you're working a project and you have lesser in it and you keep holding back animals that have lesser in it, eventually you're going to make bells and you won't know what other genes are in that animal. If you're hitting recessives, say you're hitting a sunset or a clown or anything else, and it's an all white animal, you're going to have to do shed testing. And even then, we can't shed test for every gene. So it just gets to the point where if you have too much of it, it can, in my opinion, become a hindrance because you end up having animals that you either need to sell as just a super butter, super lesser, because you don't know what else is in it unless you can shed test and then prove those other genes are in it. But it does take away from other genes, making multi-gene combos if you just end up with a white snake. So that is one thing I will say. But that's going to do it for today. I do want to give a shout out. Wayne Rivera, Cue Ball Morphs, sent me this really cool shirt. I appreciate it. Until next time, thanks again. I'm going to try and put together one of these videos a week and until I run out of projects to show off. But you guys take care. I thank you for your time. Hit the like button. The boxes here should be there for the like button. Subscribe. You guys go ahead, hit one of those. We'll see you on the next video.